it's your girl CIERRA, and I'm back with my empowerment series where I share with you things that people have shared with me that have helped me so far. So I was listening to the radio this morning and I was listening to Steve Harvey about taking that jump and taking that leap of faith in what you want to do. We all have a passion inside of us, and it's just a matter of finding the key to unlock that door to success for you. Like, oh, I've been saying for years that I was gonna do this, but what have I done to take those steps? Oh, well, what have you done?
Yeah, I've been researching. I've been looking at a few things. You know, I've been working at the office.
Well, what have you done to be a cosmetologist? How are you making this a real goal of yours? Or are you just saying this because it sounds good? Jumping is what you need to do. You need to, don't just jump without a plan though. You need to first collect yourself, figure out what it takes to do that, right? And after you figure out what it takes, you actually make some timelines and some goals and some steps towards that. Just like I said, your career is like an exercise. If you say you want to lose a certain amount of pounds or you want to have this type of goal, you need to write down 3 things. Like, make it easy for yourself. Don't have a long list of 20 things that you have to do. Break it down into segments of 3 at a time so it can be obtainable. 3 things for this week, 3 things for that week. And if you do complete those, you know, like, I'm just giving you an example. Make it into bite sizes, because as we know, when you try to bite off too much than you can chew, that's not productive either. You have to do things to grow, right? You have to plant the seeds, you have to water it, you have to cultivate it, and same thing with your mind. You have to believe, you have to cultivate it, you have to exercise great habits, consistency. You'll see some results. So for me, I know that my passion is acting and entertainment. And so a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get this job in customer service. It's not my passion. I like helping people. I enjoy doing it. Just because I'm good at it doesn't make it my passion. So I'll do that, but I'm scared to take that jump into what I feel that is my passion, you know, what my goal and my calling is. Don't shortchange yourself.
If you're giving all of this effort to something that you know that's just not your passion, why can't you give that same effort? If you realize, yes, it's hard to get a promotion over here. Yes, it was hard to get in the door. Yes, it was hard. Like, I had to apply to 50 places before I finally landed this gig. That's the same thing for your passion. You know, if you're passionate about education, it's going to take you going to school. It's going to take you taking the classes. It's going to take you applying for some opportunities that you may not get right away. But if it's for you, it's going to happen, right?
I feel like Black Panther is the movie for my life right now. And I look back at how when T'Challa was getting ready to be king, there was challenges he had to face. There were things that he had to go to. It was not super easy. He didn't just step into the throne. He had to fight a few people. He had to be confused for a second. He had to go back to his ancestors, which you could pray, you know, whatever you need to do to reflect on your life and be like, am I doing things right? What can I do? Can I learn from someone who's already there? Can I learn from their mistakes and shortcut my path to success? Can I, you know, what do I need to do to kind of give myself a better chance, a fighting chance, right? He surrounded himself around people who were just as strong. That's another thing I was talking to some of my friends about. I was like, you have to surround yourself around success. Surround yourself around people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, but greater. You know, people that are passing. When you're in school, you surround yourself around people who are passing. You don't want to sit there and be like, dang, I'm failing. And that's because I'm with people who are failing. You can have friends that are on the equal level, but you also have to have friends that are where you want to be so that you can feed off of them and they can feed off of you, and y'all can have a reciprocal relationship where y'all are both excelling. But when you're sitting there and you're not, you know, like doing the same thing over and over and over and you haven't had a breakthrough, then maybe you need to learn from someone else. Maybe you need to learn and figure out, okay, what is the best practice for this field? What is known to work, you know? Somebody else can be like, man, no, you doing that? You need to try this. And then you're like, oh, finally, Jesus, why did it take so long? And say, hey, how did you get to where you are? Like, what helped you the most? You know, I like to ask open-ended questions and listen. Sometimes I don't listen as well as I should, but I'm learning to listen. I even have a book on listening. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. You have to speak it and believe it. Realize that someone needs to experience the gift that you have inside of you. So you're shortchanging yourself and you're shortchanging others by not sharing your gifts that you've been blessed with. So you're sitting there holding on. You know you can sing. You just know you can sing, but you just won't take it as a real career. You won't take it as a real thing that you're supposed to be sharing with the world. You over here doing this and you're like, oh yeah, I can sing, but I'm not gonna do nothing with it. How do you feel when you sing? Do you feel changed? Do you feel like you're changing others? Do you feel like this is what you've been needing to do all of your life, but you just won't take it serious? Or have you been blessed and gifted with an art, right? Let's say that you are a mechanic and you never had to go to school for it, but you're really good at sales, but you're not passionate about it, but you're super passionate about, you know, working on things, and that's your passion, but you won't get a job in that because you know that it might be hard, right? Or you have to start from scratch and you already have this job. Come on, like, believe in yourself. Change your mindset to see that, okay, this is something I want to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do the steps that I need to take. Like, you may love learning about the law. You may love everything about the justice system, but I work in customer service. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What do I just get driven by? And you write it down and you figure out, this is what I want to do. You pray about it. You meditate on it for a second. You don't want to spend a whole year meditating, you know, but you take your time and you collect yourself and you say, okay, what's stopping me from really doing that? Is it money? Is it fear? Is it what other people said when I actually took an idea, you know, figured out how I wanted to do it? Is it because I don't know where to start, right? And once you figure out the answers, then you can really start problem solving and figuring out how you can really go after it and have that tunnel vision where, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Typically it takes about a year, right? Like, if you look at different people that have success in the career that you want, it typically takes 6 months because you have to go through this class, you have to do this, you have to go to that, right? Once you find out the steps that it takes to get to that point, you can really start doing it. I keep pushing, be focused. When you set a goal, make it happen. Whether you got to put in overtime or whether you have to make some slight adjustments, but making some immediate adjustments. Put it off for maybe 3 months to 6 months, maybe a week or two. Like, don't let it be a long-term put off. You know, adjust it to where it makes sense and you're still moving forward. So thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share this. I hope that it was of help to you. And if you haven't seen any of my other empowerment videos, take a look at them. And I hope you have a good week.